Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited. FAA rejects most comments on final Piper Rudder AD. IAC stalls U.S. nationals for World Championships. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin to cut over 1,000 jobs. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Talent Lee. Let's get into today's stories. FAA rejects most comments on final Piper Rudder AD. The FAA rejected most comments submitted by the community of Piper aircraft owners and vested interests when it issued the final version of its Airworthiness Directive 2025-2-11. The AD affects a wide range of aircraft, from the J3 to PA-22 Tri-Pacers and Colts with rudder posts made of 1025 carbon steel, and requires those rudders to be replaced or modified. The FAA estimates that the AD affects a total of about 6,500 aircraft, which are segregated into 4 categories with different compliance deadlines. Quite a few comments were submitted opposing the AD last year when it was proposed, including from the EAA and its Vintage Aircraft Association division. The VAA put in an extensive amount of time and resources to develop an alternative testing technique, along with an alternative strengthening method that was less invasive and did not involve recovering the fabric. The EAA pushed back against the AD because it's based on a limited number of occurrences, including aircraft with unique modifications, and that it covers low horsepower models with no known history of failures. After the break, FAA probationary employees cut in government restructuring. Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. FAA probationary employees cut in government restructuring. The Trump administration has ramped up efforts to terminate thousands of probationary federal employees from several departments, targeting those with less than a year, or in some cases 2, on the job. The logic: they're easier to fire. On February 13th, federal agencies were given the green light to proceed with layoffs, hitting departments like the FAA. According to the Office of Personnel Management, more than 200,000 federal employees fell into the probationary category, making them easy targets for a quick round of cuts. CAF Jayhawk wing gets UC-78 Bobcat back. The commemorative Air Force's Cessna UC-78 Bobcat has returned to its home with the Jayhawk wing based at Westport Airport after months of dedication and hard work to repair the damage it sustained during a microburst at McConnell Air Force Base back in August 2024. The restoration work was extensive and required the dedication and expertise of volunteers to bring the aircraft back to airworthy condition. Arrested pilot allegedly flew for drug cartel. Mexican security forces arrested a pilot who's suspected of flying for Los Chapitos, a drug cartel headed by the sons of Joaquin Guzman, also known as El Chapo. The pilot, known as El Hondo, was detained in the northern city of Culiacan, where the cartel operates. Mexican intelligence alleges that the pilot is an important leader of Los Chapitos and that he had a role in the sting operation leading to the arrest of cartel kingman El Mayo Zambada in the U.S. Senators demand more air traffic controllers. In a stunning display of hindsight, Senators Jeanne Shaheen and John Hoeven have called on the FAA to address its ongoing staffing shortages. Their plea comes on the heels of last month's mid-air collision near Reagan-Washington National Airport that left 67 people dead. They wrote, quote, "Although the incident was horrifying, it was unfortunately not unimaginable. In recent years, near misses at airports across the country have increased, and the incident at DCA has been particularly distressing," end quote. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. IAC stalls U.S. nationals for World Championships. The International Aerobatic Club has announced a schedule change for the 2025 U.S. National Aerobatic Championships. The event, originally set for September 21st through 26th, will now take place from September 28th to October 3rd at Salina Regional Airport in Kansas. The adjustment was made to accommodate the World Advanced Aerobatic Championships in Hungary, which is scheduled for the week prior. By rescheduling, the IAC is giving the overachievers among aerobatic pilots, volunteers, and supporters time to travel, recover, and compete in both events. The IAC's U.S. Nationals is a well-established aerobatic competition that allows participants to demonstrate their skills in the sportsman, intermediate, advanced, and unlimited categories. The event also serves as a key opportunity for pilots to qualify for international competitions and refine their routines under a panel of experienced judges. The first National Aerobatic Championships were hosted by the Aerobatic Club of America in 1968. The competition structure was transformed to include the modern categories by the IAC in 1970. 12 years later, the IAC formally took over the event. The organization has since expanded its aerobatic presence by representing the U.S. at the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale Aerobatic Commission, which is the worldwide regulator for the sport. After these messages, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin to cut over 1,000 jobs.
Looking for a new generation of proven and efficient aviation power plants that boast modern engineering, electronic ignition, and both direct and gear drive systems? With 100 horsepower to 240 horsepower, the Skyline and Redline engines offer uncommon value in an overpriced industry. Whether you are looking for fixed wing or rotor, MW Fly Americas has been established to service the American market with dedication and expertise. MWFlyAmericas.com. The legendary BD4C program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged four-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit SureWings.com and BDAviation.com for more details.
Welcome back. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin to cut over 1,000 jobs. Blue Origin leadership recently announced plans to lay off more than 1,000 employees, making up 10% of its workforce. The layoffs announced to workers in an all-hands meeting on January 13th are part of the rocket maker's efforts to reduce costs and speed up launches. Blue Origin CEO Dave Limp led the briefing, telling employees that the company, quote, just came to the painful conclusion that we aren't set up for the kind of success that we really wanted to have, end quote, when put up against SpaceX and its beast of a rocket, the Falcon 9. To meet these goals, the company will be sacrificing 10% of its 14,000 employee workforce. The tally could reach up to 2,000, depending on performance reviews. The job cuts are expected to affect positions in engineering, R&D, and program and project management. The announcement comes at an otherwise bright time for Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, following less than a month after the company debuted its New Glenn rocket. The ship, despite experiencing numerous setbacks that stretched across 3 CEOs, finally made its maiden launch on January 16th. This was Blue Origin's first time sending a rocket into orbit, with its smaller New Shepard ships remaining suborbital. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.